What's up guys, welcome to Daily Refinement. In today's video I'm going to talk about how not to get scammed on eBay and also a bunch of the returns that happen that people think are bogus and they're really worried about. So let's get straight into the show. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you inside. Before we start, I just want to get into the most common scams that people have. Scams and returns are sort of in the same box. So number one is going to be a private deal offered outside of eBay. This is where somebody gives you their contact information or they want to give you the full payment or maybe even more than you actually are looking for, and they want payment back in gift cards. Any kind of payment related thing outside of eBay is always a scam. Second is changing the address after the fact. So make sure that you always send to the confirmed address because somebody changing the address may actually be intercepting a real account and getting you to ship the item directly to them. There's always claims about getting an empty box, and those ones are all related to the switcheroo. So either they get the box, say it was empty, please send me a refund, or they say, it's not as described and they send back a different item. I'm going to go over in this video how to basically counteract those. Those are pretty common, so make sure that you are prepared for those types of scams. Also, they'll tell you that they didn't receive it, so make sure that you always ship with tracking. You put yourself at a huge risk if you don't offer tracking. And then finally, feedback extortion is where a customer will say, like, if you don't do this, I will give you a negative feedback if you don't give me XYZ. So those are the main scams and returns, and there are other cousins of this, but we'll go over why not to worry about that in this video. Okay. Hopefully scammers don't watch this video because I'm going to expose a lot of their dirtiest tricks in this video. So let's get into it. Number one, I do not worry about returns. I do not worry about scams. And somebody on TikTok actually pointed out why. They said the reason why you don't worry about scams and returns is because you have a lot of sales. So that is the point of this channel. I recommend that you guys have at least 5 sales per day. That's why you're watching this channel, to make a little extra money, maybe make a full-time living, maybe retire early. I want you to have at least 5 sales per day because at 5 sales per day, eBay also starts to become a lot more fun. It's more interesting. You have regular listings going up, regular sales coming through, and it's something that you can be really proud of. And that's where I want people to be at. But there's also something really powerful that happens at 5 listings, which is if you average 5 sales per day, that's 450 sales over a 90-day period, which means your top rated status will be evaluated on a 90-day schedule instead of a 1-year schedule. Now it's really important, so maybe pause the video and write this down. 450 sales over the course of 90 days allows you to be evaluated on a 90-day schedule. So what happened the last 3 months instead of what happened all year long. So if you are a really small seller, under 5 listings per day, if you screw up a couple times per year, you will not be able to get top rated. You'll be in the above standard or below standard, and it'll be very difficult to get out of that. When you are a top rated seller, this is the magical thing. And you offer free returns and 1-day handling. Free returns, 1-day handling, and you're top rated seller. Now you have power, and when you call in the eBay, since so few people are actually top rated seller, you can ask them to work with you when there's not a valid return. So for me, if I list an item, good pictures of the actual item, good title, fair pricing, and then I get the item back in a different condition. That's like the scam people are always worried about. They call us a switcheroo. Somebody bought an iPhone from you, they return a brick, right? So that's what people really worry about. If you are a top rated seller, you sell at least 5 items per day and you're evaluated on the 90-day schedule. And rarely this happens, but sometimes it does. And you reach out to eBay and say, look, I've sold a lot of these. I'm an expert in my category. I accurately described it. This is a scam. eBay will side with you when you let them know this is something that doesn't happen very often. If you're getting scammed every single time, it's probably on you. It's probably because you are not listing items honestly, so you're providing the conditions a little bit different, or you're in a high risk category. So if you're selling handbags or sneakers or electronics or PlayStation or Xbox or really, really high ticket, high profile items, you're going to attract a lot of scammers. So I get a lot of heat on this channel for talking about selling common items. In fact, all the time, I think to myself, maybe I should sell in a different category with higher profits, higher margins, less work. But those accounts always get suspended. I have emails every single day with people saying eBay banned my account because they think that they accused me of selling 1 fake Coach bag or 1 fake laptop or whatever. So I worry about you being in a high risk category coupled with you being a beginner. If you are a beginner, that's where scammers are always, they're foaming at the mouth. They want people who have less than 100 feedback, just started on eBay, don't know how eBay works, and they're in there trying to scam people and figure out ways to extort money from you. So anytime somebody asks you for your contact information, phone number, email, address, bank account, social security number, credit card information, those are all 100% scams. Now, somebody will probably comment and say, that's not true. Sometimes somebody gave me their phone number and they were legit. Just assume that it's not legit. You don't need to provide your phone number to do a sale on eBay, especially for a high ticket item. Let eBay take care of that correspondence for you. It's really important that you keep your contact information and personal information off of eBay. Once you hit over 100 feedback, in my opinion, that means you're starting to get some traction. You're starting to get how eBay works. It might take you 300 or 400 transactions to get 100 feedback because not everybody leaves feedback. So I would recommend you do your fair share of shopping on the platform. Figure out how eBay works. Buy a few items from a few different sellers. You can check out my store if you want to find gently used clothing for men and women. Buy something, see how it's packaged, see how long it takes me to ship it to you, see what kind of description, title, return policy that I have, so you can kind of get an idea of people who do not offer returns, people who offer returns, people who offer free shipping, people who offer charge for shipping. Whatever these things are, start to evaluate what you're doing. And once you become seasoned, you actually don't really become afraid of scams. It's always the people who are just starting out, and that's who this video really is for. It's for the seasoned people who are still worrying about returns, even though it should be a small fraction of your sales. So some people have 1 or 2 returns and it ruins their whole month. I have multiple returns every single day because of the volume that I'm doing. So I don't worry about it because there's not enough time in the day to knock out your listing goal and have a really good family life and worry about returns. If you carry your return through your entire workday and it ruins your day, and you take it home and it ruins your time with your family, you are the one that have lost the most. As long as you do a good job, you call on the eBay and let them know you did the best to your ability, and it doesn't happen very often, eBay will most likely give you a 100% return. In the top rated seller program, you are allowed to refund up to 50% to the customer if they return an item in a different condition, right? So this is somebody that bought a brand new thing from you, used it, and then sent it back to you in a different condition. You can refund up to 50%. Now, a lot of people are saying, that's not fair. I want 100% back because they scammed me. If that happens and you have proof, submit the photos of the item when you get it back to eBay. And if you do a good job most of the time, they will most likely side with you. I've had that same exact experience on pretty much every single platform I have sold on. Even Poshmark, even Mercari, if you email them and you do a good job and you have a history of doing things the right way, they will refund you. eBay is a gigantic company and their number one concern is making sure buyers are happy. Remember that. Their number one concern is making buyers happy, then sellers. Okay, so remember, buyers come first. They're always gonna side with the buyer first, and you need to understand that. eBay is thinking the customer is always right. The customer is the one with the money. And of course, yes, we are also customers as eBay, but remember, we're second-rate customers, okay? The first rate is the buyer. No buyers, no platform. So for me, I want people to be able to return an item for any reason. I don't wanna sell on Poshmark. No, nothing against Poshmark, but because they don't have returns, it reduces the quality of the customer because there's a lot of people with a lot of money that want returns. So I want all of those people to be able to buy my item. I want all of the good customers. I don't want only the people who are willing to take a risk on an item and guess whether or not the quality is going to be good because they can't return it. Even on Poshmark, it says reposh it, resell the item if you don't like it. For me, I'm looking for a premium customer. I don't want them to do that. If they have an issue, I want them to send the return back. I literally have hundreds or thousands of returns a year, and it really doesn't mess up my day because it's just part of the game. So again, I recommend you guys sell at least 5 items per day. If you need more help, join us at patreon.com/theresellers podcast. Let me know if you like these long format videos. Appreciate you guys. Make progress daily.